Hey everybody. Turn that down a little bit. It's a little loud. Good morning everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? Let everybody come in here because I have not been on here for a while. Good morning John. Good morning everybody. Tap that screen, share the live. I'm going to do some angel messages and just some general love and light for y'all today. I haven't been on here for a while, and if y'all are having a rough morning or maybe need some motivation, this is the spot you want to be. Because when I come on here, I try to fill myself full of love and light from my spirit team and my angels to share with you guys. So if you need a hug, drop the hug emoji in the comment section, and we'll acknowledge you and give you a follow. Or if you need some guidance this morning, if you just need some general, hey, I'm having a crappy morning and I need a little help. That's the kind of vibe that I'm feeling this morning, because it really breaks my heart as an empath and as an intuitive angel healer. That's why there's not a lot of intuitive angel healers. You'll see a lot of tarot card readers. You'll see a lot of angel healers, energy healers, but I don't know, that there's a different kind of, and I've met my people that have a similar teaching, and I love it. It's when you get aligned with your tribe, it feels really awesome. Team. Good morning, Blinks98. Thank you so much for the likes. Tavaborn, Larry, hello. Lauren Torres, hello. So yeah, this is authentic, by the way. This is how I wake up, is because some people, I made a video about making fun of positive people one morning, because there are some people, and when I grew up in the 80s, and we just were very closed-minded back then. That's why I came out the way I did, because I was so young when the 80s were going on, because I was born in 81. So and a lot of it didn't make sense. I didn't understand the closed-mindedness of it. But positivity has always, you can even go fact check this back, that it's always made fun of. And here's the fun thing. Positivity is made fun of as a tool from the darkness to manipulate you to not go over and experience the happiness and the love and light, because you don't feel like you belong, because obviously they want to recruit you to the dark side. And I always say the dark side may have cookies, but I have brownies, and I live in Colorado too, so come on over anytime. We'll have a much better time in the love and light. And that's the reason why I'm saying this too, is because that's the biggest struggle most people have. Your trauma, your personality is, okay, I know my stuff wavers, and my personality is borderline of, that's why I know I'm an indigo child, because I'm a borderline warrior angel, and some stuff I'm just like, yeah, that's definitely your alter ego there, because that is not angel-like. But I think it's funny because it's me, and I'm all mixed into one, and that's why we're on this earthly realm, right? To share. Each one of us is a different crayon in the box. So be yourself. You'll find your tribe. You'll find somebody who will vibe with what you do. If it's really out there and not really too many hear about it, yeah, then you might not get a whole bunch of people doing it with you. But you know what? There's always somebody out there for anybody. And if you're having issues in the love department. There's somebody out there for anybody. Just people need to stop inserting their judgment on, I don't know, maybe put your focus more back on yourself. Because I read some of the comments on this app, and because I have evolved, I don't do internet arguing. I just don't, because it's not healthy for me. Gets me just irritated, and I don't do it. But and that's why I didn't do this filter last time, because it kept doing that with my eyebrows. So hold on one second. We're gonna put on a different filter. Background. We'll see if this one. Oops. No, I don't want to be all glittery. Not like that. Let's see. So yeah, you guys give me 1 second. Let me switch this around. I do this every time. I think I'm gonna like it, and then I do it. That one's better. Okay. Fun little lights. Okay. Would be able to tell if I'm pregnant. I don't do pregnancy ones. Like, you need to go to like a medical medium or go get a paid reading for that, because most people who have ethics aren't going to give you pregnancy readings. So I just don't I don't do I do private readings for that, because that's just that's a whole other topic. So yeah. There you go. Go to the doctor. You can go to the store and first start off with getting a home pregnancy test, because you are going to get yourself in trouble. This is where doing this stuff, you guys get a little confused with medical care. You guys may not know I was a medical assistant. I still am. And I was a CNA. I've been in the medical field since 2008. And if you have a good team of doctors, you can have good medical care. Or if you are grounded in your spiritual care, you can, and do energy work, you can also take care of yourself. But if you're giving your power to random people out here on the internet who don't have you don't know their background, and you don't know what their true intentions are with that question either. So my best advice is when it comes to something like that, I have a pituitary tumor. I'm probably going to go to my doctor first, or go get my knowledge and my studies before I go and ask y'all about if I should take Parladel or not, which is a medicine that they put to shrink it. And yeah, it's even worse. So thank you so much for the rose, Mistykins. I appreciate it. And thank you, Green Witch, Misty Green Witch. So I'm done with my message. I'm sorry. I'm a mom. I'm 41, and I'm also a spiritual teacher. So unfortunately, y'all are I have to share my message when it comes out, because I speak my truth, and it's not to be rude. And I know I sound cringy, and I sound like, oh my God, I sound like my mom. I know I do. But you know what? This girl has been like this her whole life, because I'm the home girl that goes with you, that if you drink a little too much, guess what? I'm beating some dudes up before they're taking you back to their hotel and having their way, because I take care of my people. And I make sure I take care of... Thank you so much, Misty. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's my first awesome. Yeah, I love you. You just made my morning. Thank you. You're my first official big gift like that. So Thank you. I love that. Just made my day. So, anyways, I want to get on here because I've already unboxed them. I'm trying to open my energy up to come out here with you guys. So you guys got to bear with me. I am going to get on a more schedule of these lives and you're going to be seeing me more, but baby steps, because I am a survivor and I'm now allowing myself, instead of to push myself past the brink of exhaustion and give out so much of myself to everyone when in the end it's not effective, because now not the right amount of energy was given to the right person. And I spread myself thin, and know that you only have you. Love and light to you, sweetie. Thank you. I love that. Good afternoon, Scott. Thank you for sharing my picture or my video on your story. That's awesome too. So anyways, I'm a Pisces and I get sidetracked when I'm talking. So anywho dilly, I've been protecting my energy and self-care, but I know that I needed to update my cards because most of my cards that I've had, you'll understand as a spiritual person, why do you have to have 20 different sets of cards that ultimately say the same thing, but they're different? They're different, okay? Because it's like if you're an intuitive, like, I don't know, I kind of mesh in a lot of different things when I'm doing these, but different pictures, different words pop into my brain and help me give you a better reading. And it's more fun to have cards, right? Except if you're going to be a professional card reader out here and do any kind of readings, you want to have cool cards. So check it out. I'm going to share my cool new decks with you guys. What you just said was good advice. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, I try not to, I don't know what my heritage is. I feel like I got Greek in me because I'm like that, or Italian, because I'm like that big Italian grandma that like gets her wooden spoon and slaps you on the hand and says no, but she loves you and she feeds you like this big bowl of spaghetti and wants to make sure you're okay and text you and said, did you make it home safe? You know, I'm that person. I truly, if you get in my circle and I love you, yeah, I don't care. That's where the warrior angel comes in me. So anyways, this is called Life Loves You. And these are awesome cards. This is Lois Hay, which is Hay House. And she, is a beautiful soul that kicked off the self-care revolution back in the 80s. Okay. And she helped all these AIDS patients actually with energy healing and affirmations helped heal their AIDS, where their HIV and where it's like non-traceable anymore in their system. So this is an awesome deck if you're struggling with mental health, because this is not only Domestic Violence Month, Awareness Month, this is also Mental Health Awareness Month. Get some of these cards. Because these, you're about to see why. I love Lois Hay. Lois Hay anything. She's, even if you're not a reader of books, you can get the book on audio. And she's just awesome. She's one of the people that started out my stuff. I may have, so Scott says I may have an Irish name, but my grandma was that Italian great woman. Yes. And I was born in Texas, and my dad's mom was the grandma, the Texas grandma that when we showed up, she was so happy. She was there all by herself. She was a widow. But every time we showed up, she made enough food for an army. So it was like a Southern grandma. Like, you're getting the chicken fried steak and the homemade biscuits and the white gravy. And she's literally whipping it up in the kitchen like nothing. I can't do that. She's like come and like a whole table of food would just be there. And I'm like, damn, like, it amazed me every time. And we don't have that generation. Like that generation is slowly fading away, but it was really cool. I was raised like that. So I've always learned to extend hospitality to everyone, unless you prove to me like you're not safe to extend hospitality to, just you can send love and light to everyone, but you need to keep your distance, a lion has teeth, it will bite you. All right, so I want to show you this and then I'll get to your question, Amun Ra. Actually, so I can show you these really quick. Let's see, what message do you have for my audience here? Angels, I love this. I can do it. Trust. In times of trouble, remember this. Who you think you are cannot handle this challenge, but who you really are can and will. So definitely the angels want you to trust in yourself. They want you to know that when the going gets tough, know that in that moment, you're about to level up. Okay? I always think of it as a video game, and if you were old school like me, you played Mario Super Brothers, and that was a big thing, rescuing the princess from King Koopa in his castle, and every level got harder, and we sat there for hours when Nintendo first came out, and we were so excited about, oh my god, gotta rescue, but it got harder, and you had to be more strategic. So you gotta be strategic and stop putting your trust in the enemy, okay? Because people tell me stuff all day long, but when it comes down to it, and I even say with the stuff that I say, you may not be ready for the information, so don't force it. And if somebody's trying to force information on you, that's when you need to take a step back and go, why? Ask a simple why. There's nothing wrong with asking, why are you so worried about that? Because it's my life. I live it. If I make mistakes, guess who has to suffer the consequences? This girl, not you. So I always say let people give you guidance and help you on your way, but you don't have to nobody's gonna make me believe something one way or the other. I'm either gonna believe it or not gonna believe it. But no amount of manipulation or forcing your opinion on me will help me make me believe anything different. And if people will start realizing that, then they'll start opening up to everybody learns different, everybody receives different, and everybody's on a different wavelength. So sometimes it's not about forcing information on someone, it's about planting the seed. I'm all about planting the seed because I know sometimes people are not ready and they asked a simple question and all of a sudden they got a dissertation of their life, inner child, and shadow work. And I've had people yell at me and I'm like, I'm sorry, this is how my readings come out. I'm not trying to be a psychology major. It just happens. It just happens to be the way that I read. I don't know. It works for me and everybody else that I've done this with over the past 5 years. It put it in a perspective that it wasn't just a bunch of mumbly, jumbly, garbly gook, spiritual mumble jumbo. It was actually, wow, I can put that into perspective and use it. Because that was my whole thing. If I'm going to use my gifts at this age, the older you get, the more time is about doing something with your time, because we're so afraid we're going to run out of time, because a lot of us have suffered a lot of trauma by our 40s. And we're almost like we get to a point of, thank God I am alive today and I'm awake, because I remember a few nights that I didn't know if I was like, thank you God for the sun rising, because it's that moment when the sun rises and it brings on a whole new day. And there's some people out there who can vibe with this message right now. If you've ever struggled through trauma or a bad situation and you just woke up and you're like, thank God that I'm breathing, that I get an opportunity to fix that mistake that I made yesterday. Because the good thing is that it's in yesterday. And yesterday doesn't exist anymore. Only this present moment exists. The future's not even built yet. That's why when you guys ask people questions and you get a little frustrated because you feel like they're just running you around in circles. No, it's Carlos. I think it's Carlos. Yeah, Carlos. Will Monica and I end up together? If you believe. So back to, that's funny. Love is a free will choice, okay? Your angels can only guide you to water, but they can't make you drink it. So they try to get you to the best choice, but we have a choice in if we want to pick good or bad, if you believe in such a concept. So, or toxic or untoxic, healthy, toxic. Most of us pick toxic because it's more fun. Most of us live toxically because it's more fun. But the older you get, the more you start appreciating little things like walks in the park, rainy days, sounds of the wave, and especially having friends. So to my younger viewers out there, treasure these moments of your 20s. And I always encourage people, and I'm probably going to be like the very few people that you hear encourage you on this, but make as many mistakes as you can in your 20s. Got the rest of your life to fix them. But you know what? Keep it reined in, and you don't gotta go YOLO so much that you don't make it to your 40s either. See, there's balance in everything, okay? I had a darn good time at a very young age, okay? It wasn't even in my 20s. By the time I hit my 20s, I was burnt out and like, okay, there's gotta be something better in life to do than this. Okay, because this is just partying gets boring. Okay, hanging out, going to the club, it gets boring. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I look at it, and it's fun to still do them. But my best advice is do everything in moderation. You don't gotta fit all of everything. Not your responsibilities, not your priorities, not your fun. You don't gotta fit it all into one day. We got 24 hours in a day, and how many days of that are you sleeping? Because people don't take an accountant, and then everybody's so drained of energy because they're so unhappy. Because I feel the energy out here. That's why I come out here to raise your guys' vibe, because I want you to know if you're around a bunch of crappy people right now, we're not all like that. Just some of us are hanging back in the cut, but I come out here and put my armor on. I got that song, I put my armor on. Yeah, I'm not a singer. But I come out here, and I know some people make fun of me. I really don't care, because when I was 19, and if you've tuned in to me at any point at this time on my YouTube channel, I have this fun elbow. I'm glad I have an arm, though, because at 19 years old, when I joined my magazine crew, I got my sales manager. I was supposed to be driving for her, but she was a narcissist and was like, give me the keys. And I was only like a week or two on the cruise, so I'm not going to like start bossing around people that have been there for years. So I was like, here, if something happens, you get in trouble. Well, somehow they all blame me for this, but she was driving at 100 miles an hour in a Ford Explorer, weaving in and out traffic, and flipped us over 3 times. And nobody had their seatbelts on because it was late at night, and I was sleeping in the front seat. So that's why I didn't have my seatbelt on, and that's why it's important to have your seatbelt on, because I have good reflexes. I held on to the headrest for dear life, and that's what saved my life for not flying out that window that day. And because my other friend wasn't so lucky, and she flipped her SUV and did not make it. So I look at that, and all of us got out of that vehicle with maybe a little road rash. I was the only one totally hurt, and a car full of nurses stopped by and assisted us on the side of the freeway in Atlanta right before the EMTs got there to take me to the hospital. So I want to I want you to know that cherish what you have in this life. And that's what really, if really, to be honest, how do you heal? Because that's the biggest thing. I wish I could do that. I wish I could heal. Well, you can, but you have to take a good, long, honest look at yourself, and you have to make friends with your demons. You don't have to be friendly where you're over there doing bad things, but you need to not hate your bad side. You have to embrace your bad side and treat it better. So thanks for being live today. You're so welcome. I'm happy to be alive again, and I hope you're all blessed, Scott. Thank you. Misty says, that's beautiful. Scott says, yeah, totally. Ash, will Claire ask me out soon? Meditation brings answers. But they're saying to compromise maybe with the angels. Maybe this is not for your best and highest good. The tarot decks look so cool. Thank you. Yeah, this is my, these are my oracle decks. But I am about to show you a cool tarot deck. So listen to your intuition. Somebody needs to, whatever question you had in your mind, because this just flew out. So you need to listen to your intuition. So let's see. And know that if you have trust in your mind, this is like a Holy Trinity card. Trust in mind, body, and spirit. The Father, Son, Holy Ghost, if you're Catholic out there. But I'm not religious, but you know, I use references that clearly people understand. You need to have faith within yourself. There's an opportunity coming. But you need to have faith and trust in the universe that it's even manifested. So I feel like sometimes we get in our own way of our manifestation. So let me know if this totally, if you vibe with this at all, because this is, your opportunity is coming. I feel like a small financial windfall is coming. Okay, people get confused because they put a misconception out there about windfalls. When you say windfalls or financial, you think, woohoo, I'm going to win the lottery. You don't have to win the Powerball every time somebody says you're going to get a windfall of money. Okay, because, for example, all of a sudden a check, if you guys did your taxes this last year, and you had your taxes done on time, you received a $700 check in America by the government. It just popped up. It was part of the stimulus thing, and they just decided, hey, I'm going to help people out, right? And that is what I'm talking about, is unexpected. That was unexpected. And I had to, my friend got it, and that's how, thank you so much for the roses. Thank you, Cluelessly Confident. You guys definitely need to go follow her. She has a vibe of all of her own. And she also was one of my Toxic Shadows podcast guests, Dancing in the Toxic Shadows. And she is also the reason why I got started feeling confident to go get my awesome wig. Because I don't know, I've had such a dumb programming over my life of what I can and can't do, because narcissism runs deeper than you guys think. And it's a different kind of abuse, because psychological abuse is like so much worse than physical. Okay, I would rather go through some physical abuse, because at least I have a chance, like at least I could use these to do something. But when you do psychological stuff, man, I don't know. It's a cruel, cruel thing. That's why in war they utilize things like the waterboard method, where they drop water on your head, because eventually insanity sets in. So things like this make me also remember to work smarter, not harder with people, and don't ever argue with ignorance. I walk away from it now. I used to engage in it. I don't argue anymore. And that's a really big piece of advice somebody needs to hear out there today. Don't argue with ignorance, because just like I can't make people hear their angel messages when I'm like, I had somebody start yelling at me, tell me, oh, I've been married for 5 years. My wife loves me, but why is she not talking to me? Well, bro, she's really having some unsolved issues that you're not open to listening to. And he started lecturing me. I was like, well, there it is. We're not listening. So we got to practice active listening. And that's where you can say you're grounded. And that's where the practice of grounding comes in, where you can actually sit there and your ego can hear some stuff that you do not want to hear. And you're like Snoop Dogg with the OG glasses. You're like, that's interesting. Oh, really? Oh, well, I'll go ahead and jot that down in my journal for later to meditate on. And a fun trick of spiritual people to help me, like, oh, if they don't want to hear what you have to say, they'll just say, oh, interesting, let me meditate on that and I'll get back with you. When somebody gives me that response, I'm like, okay, you could have just said no thank you. I would have appreciated that more, because I just know. Because that's my bottom line policy I've instilled this in my daughter. She's going to be 12 here very shortly, in about a month, a little less than a month. And, I've instilled in her, I might get upset if you give me the truth. I mean, I got emotions, but I'm going to get over it and I'm going to help you. But if you lie to me, and this is my policy in life, if you lie to me and you have different intentions than what you say you really have, but you put on a facade that you have something else, then that's a whole nother thing I gotta get over in my brain. Because I don't know if you ever meet Pisces, we're not always liked by everyone, but we do have to have the facts. And once we have the facts, we make up our own opinion, good or bad, or delusional or not. But we make up our own opinion. That's how we can sail through it and keep going through our stuff. And so Pisces are a very sensitive sign. And I had a Facebook Pisces group for over 6 years. And I did that because I've learned Pisces is actually one of the zodiac signs that's very, very heavy in the mental health community, because if you don't understand all these facets about Pisces and sensitivities and empaths, and that you're sucking up other people's energies, and that these are just toxic patterns, because there's an unhealed Pisces and there's a healed Pisces. There's an evolved Pisces and an unevolved Pisces, and I've met some unevolved Pisces, and woo, I'm like, I hope you find your people, because I ain't your people. But I always gave them my love and light to start off with. So, anyways, those are those. And I want to show you these fun messages. This is my next one, Tasha Silver. Hay House Hay House has sales all the time for like $8, guys. These are like $25 cards. $8. I got $8 cards. That makes it even better. I'm Aquarius and I can't stand lying. Yes, I totally agree with you, Scott. I love you. I love you, cluelessly confident. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, and you can come chat with me anytime, because I know social media gets rough out here, and that's why I protect my energy and I don't always come on here. I gotta make sure I'm put together when I come in here. But okay, the Divine Beloved Oracle cards, and these are super awesome. Tasha Silver likes working. You'll always see a theme. You're welcome, Scott. You'll always see a theme within Oracle cards, because Oracle cards are more picture based, okay? Tarot cards are all the same system. It's just different. They put different pictures on all the different ones, but Rider Waite started out with them. Doreen Virtue started making, and Sonia Sonia Chiquette. Yeah. This is my other one I'm about to show you guys. But I'm going to show you these first. But they all, and she works with like the gods. So like the Indian, it's more in the Indian gods and stuff and goddesses. And you'll see a lot of spirit animals and stuff too. Thank you guys so much for the likes. And sorry if I go back and forth, but that's how my lives go. I eventually get right back around the corner. And if you guys will ever get a message on here and you want to come check it out, go to my YouTube channel, Jess Intuitive Angel Vibes with a Z. It's on YouTube. If you go to my link in my bio, you can actually click on the little play button, and and it goes right to my YouTube channel. And I put all my lives up on there, so the collection is there. So sometimes I do mediumship messages too. But I want to share these messages with you guys. And if you guys want your own private reading, I do PayPal, and I do Cash App, my Cash App, all my stuff, my link tree, you just click on that, all my stuff's there. But you guys go check it out. Book your reading. I do all kinds of different readings. So I'm a spiritual grounding coach, Reiki practitioner level 2, and I'm a medium too. And I'm more actively starting more on my mediumship now than I was. But let's see what angels, thank you for blessing this reading, making sure it's in the light, specific, and full of blessings for everyone involved. And I want to show you guys these cool, I love the energy of these cards, because that is the infinity symbol, right? Also, 8 is a number of infinity and abundance. As you can see, it's the infinity sign now. So, and then it's got all the chakra colors. That's why it is in different rainbow colors here. And then right here, this is about, purple is about mercy, compassion, and also represents spirit. And Archangel Jeremiel, which is the Archangel of Life Review. So if you're feeling stuck, I do all kinds of different readings. You can go check out my link in my bio. But let's see what message we have for these beautiful souls out here. One is soulmates. I love this. And this is about feeling secure in your partner. I am one who trusts, and also feeling secure in yourself, because ultimately whatever happens with another person in love can't happen till it happens within yourself. So some people get really upset with that statement because they don't want to do the work, because it's too scary. And I fully understand. I did not want to do any of my work. I did not want to do love. I didn't think I was going to be a toxic relationship coach, but here I am. But know that it starts with self-love. It starts with securing your anchor of your own emotions. And that's how you don't project your emotions onto your partner, right? Or end up having that codependent, toxic, trauma bonded relationship. So this is a prayer that you can say, and if you look, they're cloaked in red because this is about your root chakra, and this is also yellow because it's about your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is right below your rib cage and right above your belly button. That's your solar plexus. That's where you get that's the seat of your courage, okay? If those two, okay, and then right below that, well, that's your sacral. Right below that, like in between your midline there, but then below that is your root, okay, and your root is about being grounded. So there's things you can do to get grounded in your courage, because you've got to be feeling good about yourself. It's kind of like going to a job interview. You're going to go to that, you're going to feel better about doing well at that job and that interview and acing it if you go in there feeling confident and you pumped yourself up. But if you just go in there willy-nilly, you maybe get this, maybe not. You're not really, that's not a really good foundation to start off on. So you need to start on a firm foundation and feel safe. People may have been a lesson for you before, but know that it's a lesson to help you. The more you learn your lessons, the less you stop inviting that energy in. Because remember, vampires can't come in unless you invite them in, right? Stop inviting the vampires in. It blew my mind when I was like, oh my God, this is all my fault. It's not my fault, but like, stop it. Stop inviting the vampires in, and guess what? You'll stop getting bit. It's like if you have a bunch of mosquitoes outside, shut the door and they can't come in, right? You have the power, you have the choice on what you do in your life and who you let in. So if you're with a toxic person, if you're getting beat up daily, mentally, physically, or any kind of stop and take that in for a moment. Because as a person who has had hands put on them their whole life, that's not, like, you deserve to be safe and happy. And once that starts happening, like, my ex thought he was gonna trap me in, and I was like, oh no, you take my safety away, my sanity goes right out the window, and I'm on fight or flight. And I'm on fight or flight, I'm like a ninja coasting through the world. So I want to, and I know some of you guys can totally relate with that. So you got to get your fight or flight down. Okay. It's not that you can't be in love and you can't be with a person until you're healed, because that's not true. But you got to stop saying, I'm trying to fix him. I'm trying to fix her. Let him fix him. Let her fix her. Let me fix me. Don't point out all my flaws to me. I'm very aware of what I gotta work on. I got a whole notebook, okay? I do not need you pointing out stuff. You can acknowledge, hey, you're doing this, and I will acknowledge, hey, I should probably stop that and stop doing what I'm doing. But we need to stop living in so much judgment, because you don't know what you're gonna do from a person who has been through it. You don't know how you're going to react to something until you are there sitting in the seat of the trauma bus. I promise you. So when people say, oh, I wouldn't have done it that way, you don't know. Because as a person in the medical field, people do weird things in emergencies, okay? If they lose their they get into fight or flight because they're scared. I've seen patients. That's why people have to go in there and sedate. Offering. I love that. This one came out too. I am peaceful. Angels are saying right now, be at peace if you don't have your soulmate, because your soulmate lies within you. First of all, you are your soulmate. You are the one who has to be with you. You come in this world alone, you go out of this world alone. It's nice to have support, but believe me, once I find that you're toxic and you disturb my peace, off you go. Because this girl has went through too much not to at least be peaceful the next 40 years of my life. Everybody asks, what are you going to do now that you're divorced and you're not with your toxic ex? And what are you going to do now that you're a spiritual coach? I'm going to be peaceful. That's all I care about. I don't care about being a millionaire. I don't care about all the fame. I don't care. I care about healing and using my gifts for good, and knowing that I saved a couple people's lives just by sitting here and simply having this conversation right here. Because there's too many people out there that are so flippin' busy that you can't just sit and listen to a person. Okay? I some people I do cut off because I'm not today. This is like, you gotta have boundaries. You can't just drop a trauma. Like, I don't have Facebook Messenger on my phone anymore because people went over that boundary and just started giving me trauma stories and not preparing me. And so I'm moseying about my day and I look at my phone and I'm like, oh my God, whoo, I gotta process this. Can you please warn a girl if you're going to do that? This is coming out too. So I'm gonna stop what I'm saying real quick and get to these comments. So Scott says, my girl just got out of a domestic violence relationship and now she's working on her. Thank you for the follow, Money Baby Corbin. I like that. That's awesome, Jess. So thank you. Hello, Bernice. Thank you guys so much. I'm really blessed to be on here this Sunday because I don't know. I'm still working on getting on my live thing, and it's because I've went through a lot the past year of my energy, and I've had some energy vampires come around and some hateful people come around my energy, and so I've had to back up. So I apologize if I can't get on here all the time, but I'm working on it. I'm like, yeah, you got to get on there. That's where your people are, and I miss coming on here. So. And I know that these messages help you guys too. So competition, this was reversed because there's this whole, I'm feeling somebody needs to know out there. There's no competition when it comes to your true soulmate. So maybe if you're feeling like you have to compete against his baby mama, his mother, his grandmama, and his 5 kids, maybe if that doesn't vibe with you, then get out. Go find someone else, because that's not your person, because there's no competition when it comes to your soulmate. Your soulmate just comes in there. And that's what the elephant is showing you. See that flow. And you can look at that stream and there's a little bridge there. And how's that elephant gonna go over through that bridge? Yeah. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can trust that you are alone are the source for all. Free me from the illusion of scarcity and competition. Let me trust that all needs are always richly met. I am yours alone. So know that the river flows. The river flows and energy goes where attention flows. But you see those pink clouds? It's all about having love on your mind. I am yours alone. Know that true love, you ain't gonna, okay, when you're in true love, It doesn't matter how many girls with boobies come by your man. If he truly loves you, he's gonna make that girl feel real dumb for showing her stuff or disrespecting you. If he doesn't, that's the number one red flag of bye-bye. I gotta go. I've already played this game. If you entertain someone in any way and you know they're being disrespectful, you are not my person, friend, or anything. So know that there's no competition and stop keeping toxic Larry and or Gaslight and Larry and Toxic Tony around because they're cute. Okay? Because it's amazing when you find the whole package of cute and vulnerable and emotionally available. It is possible. It is possible. I have seen it. Maybe I have experienced it on not the full level, but on a really high level of it. And I fully understand the understanding, and I've seen true love in action with other people. And so there's certain things that people are not going to sway me into. The minute you say certain things, I'm like, yeah, that just totally vibes with toxic Tony, and I can't do it. I'm sorry if your name's Tony, but that was a fun name that I came up with. My name's Jessie. Okay, I got Jessie's Girl out there as a song that people love to come up and sing to me since I was about 5. Because I was born in 81, guys, so think about that one. And if your name's Brandy, you totally hate that song. Brandy, what a fine girl. What a good wife she would be. So, let me, divine beloved, offer all desires to you, knowing the right outcomes are already selected. Grant me true surrender and peace. Let me be only a vehicle for your will in every way. And so it is. And this is about being peaceful. Take your peace first. If something doesn't bring you peace, let it go. Don't hold on to something. Something makes you crazy, like, like a tapping on, on the window or a creaking of the bed, something like that, let it go. Do something to change it. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. If somebody has shown you who they are, take that. Stop trying to talk yourself out of what you damn well know to be true. I had to, and I'm telling you this as someone I've had to learn. Stop trying to make. Yeah, it's not going to happen. You need to acknowledge it for what it is, and then move forward. Okay, don't sugarcoat it. And if it's a turd, just because it's polished doesn't mean it's not going to smell. Okay, it's still going to smell. It's still going to be a turd. It's just polished, smooth. Soulmate. Somebody needs to hear that. So I love these. And the soulmate one is allow me, divine beloved, to trust that the perfect person has already been selected in the right place and time we shall meet. For you know every true desire of my heart. May I only wish for what you wish for me. And so it is. So I have also learned a fun thing in love is that we're already predestined for our people, our lessons and our blessings, our karmic relationships, our soulmate relationships. All this stuff is already predestined before we get down here. It's just not all the way set in stone because we're humans and we have free will. So there's like alternate endings. You can either go one way or the other way, and that's why your destiny's not fully set yet. It's being set in this moment with the thoughts that you're thinking. So think them high and bright, and don't think them out of scarcity. You don't want to get a person you don't want to meet a person when you're in heartbreakville. You're like, why? Because I don't want to go through this alone. That's inhumane to go through it alone. Is it? Because it's also inhumane to get into a trauma-bonded relationship and you both have heartbreak energy, and you're both there like fire and vinegar, fire and oil, and you become a Rihanna video of Eminem. He said, next time I'm gonna just tie her to the bed and set this house on fire. Yeah, that's a really healthy relationship. And that's the song that I used to listen to when I was with my ex. And I started really evaluating the words one day, and I was like, holy crap. This was obviously before I became a toxic relationship coach. And I was like, I gotta get out. I'm sitting here singing a song, and this is clearly domestic violence. This is clearly unhealthy. This is clearly not a good choice for you. And you're not going to have somebody bully you and manipulate you and say, I promise I won't do it again. I'll be nice to you. I'll do whatever you want. I'll buy you this. I don't want it. I want you to get out of my life now. I am that person. I am very black and white. Once you show me that you can't be trusted, I have to let you go. I cannot hang on to untrustworthiness, because I've learned if you do have a fight or flight trauma issue, and or you have fear issues, that's so crazy because this was sitting here on top. If you have fear issues, the last thing you need is untrustworthy people, because that is madness to me. I can't look over my shoulder anymore and wonder, are you on my team or not? I need you to coming in hot and say, hey, I am not on your team. I do not like you. You suck. And I'm like, cool, bye-bye. But I will take a little feedback like a restaurant, like, okay, I suck. What exactly did I do to suck that bad that we can't go forward anymore? Because you know what? That's the difference, is I want to change or heal my toxic behavior because I'm a human. Okay. And just because I'm a spiritual person and I'm toxic relationship coach and I'm a podcaster does not mean I am perfect. Okay. I'm a human. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and I want to let you guys to give yourself a break. And fear will put you in some very tricky places, especially in your mind, and catastrophes, especially if you're Pisces, will come. Like the world's gonna crash down, but you can move past that and know that you have control. So I invite you, divine beloved, to move through me and always guiding my actions in every moment. Let me release all fear and feel unbridled openness to the new. And so it is. I love this. Let your clouds dissipate. Free yourself of that fear. It's F everything and run, or forget everything and run. And you know what? I'm 41 and my bones hurt now. I'm probably going to have osteoporosis in my life, because what we don't understand is when we're younger, we push our mind, body, and soul to the limit of past the limit. Okay. And I worked myself. And that's why I feel like I am an entrepreneur now, and I don't want to do hard labor, because I did so much. I started out when I was 16. And I was just doing so many jobs that I was doing 12-hour shifts on my feet. Being a medical person ain't no joke, man. You're doing some pretty raunchy stuff in your day. You're seeing some pretty raunchy stuff during your day. And it's just really important to give yourself a break, because now I wake up and sometimes I feel my body feels like an 80-year-old lady. I also took the Depo-Provera shot for 4 years because I kind of got bullied into it. I was on a sales crew and I was the manager, and they're like, what kind of example are you going to set if you to all these girls, because I managed a traveling sales crew of girls, and I didn't want them all to I wanted to be a good example of, I take birth control, so you should take it. And so anyways, I we all ended up somehow getting on the depot thing. And I don't know if you guys have ever taken depot, but this shot lasts for like 3 months and it makes you stop having your cycle. And it also causes osteoporosis. Things like that Nexplanon, the sticks that you get inserted in your arms that last for 6 years. Okay, being a girl, it's not fun to have that, but you have to. And that's why some of y'all your mental state is not good, because at 37, I stopped all that stuff. And I was like, I can't ingest, because on a spiritual awakening, you can't put stuff in your body like you used to. Even simple medicine, like allergy medicine, I'm very sensitive to. And I've noticed now that I finally don't have all that stuff in my body, I feel like I'm starting to feel the effects of it now too. But I'm starting to feel a lot freer. My mind's a lot less cloudier. And I became a vegetarian for the past 3 years. And I'm also not ingesting all those extra hormones because I don't drink milk anymore. I drink almond milk and oat milk. But I don't even really drink it that much because I only drink it because if you have cereal, I'm sorry, you got to have some kind of milk. True love is amazing when you get to feel it. You are so correct, Scott. And when you get the chance, and know that everybody here is entitled to true love, but love is a choice. So if you tell the universe that you're not worthy of it because of whatever, you're not going to get it. Okay. So you got to say, I don't care if you're not a superstar model and, you're missing teeth and, you smell like onions. Okay. 'Cause there's somebody out there that has the same thing. It doesn't matter. There's somebody out there for everyone. And once we start putting into our brain, there are over 7 billion people in the world. You're telling me out of law of average, don't even, because if you're a salesperson, for every no, you're going to get a yes. So how's law of average work? You're going to tell me out of 7 billion people, there's not my one Prince Charming? I just gotta find him. It might be like finding a needle in a haystack sometimes. But here's a little tip. If you want to find true love, and it doesn't happen overnight always, stop worrying about finding it. Go about your business. Invest into you. Start healing the things in you and start creating the things in you that you want in a partner, because like attracts like. So if you're feeling really depressed and feeling like crap about yourself, probably not the best time to get in a relationship, because you're going to meet every loser player and Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. Promise you, because they all showed up after when my divorce started happening 5 years ago. Let me tell you, they all fell out of the trees. And I'm like, we've been talking for a few years, and this is really odd you're hitting on me now because I'm going through this divorce. Like, how long have you been holding on to this for? It's kind of creepy, guys, girls. Why do we all have to be with someone? Why can't we be friends? And that sounds cliche, but I want friends at this point. You have to be, like, it gets so complicated, and I understand older people. Have always noticed this about older ladies, too, the divorcees of the 90s and the 80s. The older you get, the more your self-peace, your self-love, all that matters way more than another person. Because back in the day, we were programmed to be loyal to someone because they were our husband. And a lot of those were arranged marriages, guys. That's why they look so angry in the 1900 pictures. They were not happy to be together. They're like, damn, I wish I could have had Lucy down the street, but I'm stuck with Mary. Whatever, and that's why they're rude to them and they're mean. And it's just crazy the things that an awakened empath notices. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Hello, Rosanna. I would love to hear any awakened thoughts that you have, because that's what all this is about, is sharing love and light and positivity and angel messages. if it's not the right time, true love will come back. Yes, because whatever's meant for you will always, you can't mess up what's meant for you. I promise. I've tried it. If it's meant for you, karmic lesson or true love, if you're meant to go through it, no amount of running, you're just doing yourself injustice, because you're just going to reincarnate. I don't know if you believe in past lives, but in my knowledge, you're going to just reincarnate, and the crappier a person you were in this lifetime, the less, the worse animal or object you're going to reincarnate into. So I feel like if you're a really crappy person, maybe burned everyone, just lied to everyone, broke a lot of hearts this lifetime, guess what you're going to be next lifetime? A dung beetle. And you know what your existence is going to be? Every day you're going to wake up and you're just going to ball that turd into a ball. And you're going to sit by an elephant dung pile every day. See, that's how I believe in karma, and that's what helps me to stay grounded and not react to ignorance. I don't fight with ignorance. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to let you win that. I'm like, have fun with that, because you don't see what's coming down the road for you, but it's okay. Love and light to you, sir. And it's so freeing once you have that attitude, because it frees you up from getting all tied up and your adrenaline going and your anger going. Because my anger can't get going as a trauma survivor. Don't get my anger going. Don't trigger me. That's not an easy turnoff. If I do a lot every day to put up my protections, to protect my energy, to heal this, but trauma survivors do not need to be, and that's what narcissists love to do. They love to just trigger you to get a reaction because it's fun for them, but you don't understand how debilitating it is once we're in that space. You don't know how long it's going to take to come out of that space, okay? Because it's like you just astral projected in the middle of talking, and you're like, trying to find my body now. Yeah, because I'm checked out to lunch. So yeah. Let's start spreading kindness around, guys, and start treating people like you want to be treated. And I promise you it will have an effect. You may not see an immediate effect, but energy is something that is around us at any moment, okay? Stop looking at the physical and know that there's a whole realm of existence around you right now. More than just this materialized earthly realm. So if you're having material issues, abundance issues, your life feels like it just sucks, take a moment, cry, get it out, yell, scream, walk, hike, feel that moment, do whatever you need to do, but then get up, don't unpack there. Let out that frustration. Give yourself permission to cry and feel like this sucks. I don't like this. Because you need to validate that within you. But then you don't need to hold on to that. Okay, this sucks. All right, I think I'm done throwing my temper tantrum now. Wipe your tears, wipe your face, and pick up your socks, and let's rock it out and keep going. Because this is not where your story ends, my friend. And you have to almost give yourself that tough love when you're in that state, because now you're in fight or flight to fight the darkness. Because it's when the darkness gets in, that's when the depression starts getting in. That's where I can't clean my house comes in. I just can't. I can't do anything. I'm just going to sit here. I can only sleep. That's where all these feelings come in. And that's where I had my aha moment one day, is like, oh my God, I feel like I have a gargoyle just sitting on my head, making me feel heavy, and I don't like this. And once you say, I do not accept this energy, I will not accept this energy, I will not let my mind be a host for parasites today. Once you affirm that to the universe, that's putting up your protection. That's letting people know, hey, it's F around Friday. F around and find out Friday. Hold on just a second. My kitty cat wants out. I'm going to finish sharing my messages. So, thank you guys so much for being here today and chilling with me. I made a video yesterday that really inspired me to get up here. Broad Marley is one of my followers, and she's going on her own recovery journey. And I just really, she put a comment that I shared in the video that I love you so much and thank you for everything that you do. You really inspired me. I did an angel reading for her here. And it just made me realize that sometimes it's really important for me to show up, whether I think it is or not. Because some of y'all I really thank you that makes me feel honored that there's somebody out there that is waiting to see my face, waiting to see me come out here. And that's kind of neat. Like, we go through all these bad times in our life, but the moments like this that you get to come out here, like, yeah, I may not have met this person, but somebody out there truly likes me and needs me to help them have a better day. That's why I get up here and do this, guys, because it just makes me feel good to have that effect on people, because I know I'm doing my job. And that's what I wanted to come out here. I wanted to be a medical assistant in a spiritual form, and that's what I'm doing. And I love it. And I hope if I inspire you to do it, go do it too. Somebody out there needs to face your shadow. Face your shadow. These are awesome cards too. Your shadow, we're all made up of 3 different parts. You have your higher self, you have your ego, and then you have your shadow self. Your ego is your defense mechanism. Okay, if it's a healthy ego, it's like a big brother. It stands up for you. It doesn't let anything get you ungrounded, and you're flying high, right? And like the bullies on the playground don't mess with you. But an unhealthy ego defends itself all the time. It has to explain itself. It has to overshare and give its power away to everyone. And so humans just try to, okay, it's bad, just get rid of it. You can't get rid of your ego. Your ego is built in. It's the right side, or it's the left side of yourself. You can't get rid of it. It's there. It's part of your masculine self. Because your creative higher self is part of your right side of your brain, okay? And that's your creative higher self, okay? You can't get rid of that either. So you got those 2 sides, and they're like oil and water sometimes. You need to help them come together. Your shadow side, however, is all those things that you run away from every day. The things that just strike the fear, any phobias you have, any mental health, anything, any insecurities. Okay, but it's not just, your shadow side is not just all that. It is also handed down from your parents. You had 2 human beings that came together and created you. They shared with you their generational karma and DNA. And therefore, they have their own fears, traumas, and whatnots, generational curses that come along with the territory. And if they become evolved, like I decided, hey, I had a choice. And when my choice came around to, are you going to become evolved, or are you going to just stay toxic? And I was like, I've almost died a few times in my life. I don't want to do the toxic no more. I'm going to get out of the toxic. And so I decided to start doing this shadow work. And I learned that this wasn't all mine. This wasn't all my creation. This is centuries, ancestor after ancestor, creating this shadow And the more that they ran away from it, the more that your parents didn't face it and their parents didn't face it, and they just kept passing it down, the bigger your shadow got. And so you're seeing a spiritual awakening happening right now, that everybody seems to be a spiritual person or knows something about it. But we're also starting to understand that a lot of Gen Xers, especially, because I'm a Gen Xer, a lot of us are now have the responsibility of clearing out the shadow and not sharing it with our lineage. And that's why you're seeing such a variety of people. Because when I was born, and if you go back and look at the stuff from the 90s, there was only a certain group of people that were really practicing this self-care revolution out loud, okay? They were only a certain group of people that were practicing oracle and tarot readings out loud, okay? So that is because that's where it started off. I really believe in the 1900s we've started to change our karmic shadows, okay? They're starting to change, but know that that's what your shadows are. But they're not just yours, so give yourself a break. And know that you didn't create all of your shadow either. This is other people dumping their shadow on you. The first time you had an adult conversation with your parents that was age inappropriate was the moment that they transferred their shadow to you. The moment that your parents devalued you and said, no, you can't do that, you have to do this, or I don't like the Minions is perfect, where his mom Gru goes and shows this cool experiment that she made, right? And Gru goes up and he's like, look, Mom, I made this. And she's like, oh, you didn't put that on it, whatever. And she was so unimpressed and just unvalidated him. And he was so broken, you know what I mean? That's what happens. You get broken. Don't live in that shadow. Take your power back and know that you have the power to take back. That's what wins over the shadows, because the only thing about fear and all that is fear of the unknown, and the darkness knows that your brain plays tricks on you, and if it gets enough psychological torture, abuse in there, it can eventually get you over and just break you, right? And once I learned that, I'm like, my ego said, oh, no, because Jessica was not having that. And once I finally learned the facts about shadow healing and inner child and this whole karmic lesson stuff, I got my power given back to me that I have a choice in this. I didn't have a choice in my shadow that was handed down to me, but I damn sure have a choice of whether I want to carry that shadow with me. And you know what? My back hurts. I'm not carrying that shadow no more. So release your shadow and know that it takes time. It did not get built in one day. Don't do too many things at one time to start off. Start journaling. That's the first thing you can do. Journaling is a form of manifestation too. And it also, you gotta make space. Think about it. Everything, if you're a logical thinking person, space has to exist. Even if you're not a logical thinking person, if you keep filling up the trash can, it's eventually going to overflow. So you gotta take out the trash. Take out the garbage of your mind today, because it's not doing you any favors. And I've lived through some pretty crucial situations in my life. And I've also learned all that fear, all that anticipation of what's going to happen when you finally get to that moment and you finally get through all of the results of, and it's all over and done with. You have a different point of view, and it doesn't matter as much because now you're satisfied that you made it through. Okay, so give yourself a break today and know that you made it through. That's a win in itself. You're breathing, you're here, you're alive. You're here to tell the story of another day. You're here to live another day to tell your story. Your story matters. Your story helps other people. Just like my story of me sharing about my friend Samantha, I wasn't sure how people were going to receive it because I know I talk about some heavy subjects, but I'm supposed to because I'm going to normalize these conversations by the time that I'm Betty White's age. That's my goal in life, is to be on a talk show and refer back to this YouTube video and go, yeah, my whole goal was to normalize having emotional intelligence, validating it, and allowing people a space to just free themselves of all this judgment. Because who are you to judge me? Like, unless you're God, your opinion, I'll listen to it, but ultimately, it's an opinion. I can either think about it, and if it's valid to me, I'll work on it. But I'm not going to beat myself up with an opinion. If it's facts and I straight up did something bad, that's totally different. I'm still not going to beat myself up about it. Don't beat yourself up. Like, what does it do to beat yourself up? Here's another message. Somebody really needed to hear this message. And this is how I work on my, if you're new to my live here, I work with a lot of synchronicities. So sometimes people tune me out because I know I talk a lot and I just keep on going, but I'm also channeling messages. And so some of it's me and my thoughts, and then a lot of it's just my guides. And I really do have my friend Samantha, who's 27, who I didn't even realize she's in the 27 Club. 27 Club is all the famous people that died. I think Richie Valens is in it. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, they all made it up to 27 and died. Okay, she's a part of that 27 Club, which is like, that's a whole magical another conversation. But she lost her life due to the rage of some guy that, I don't know, was like some dude she was hooking up with or something. And I believe it was her house. He lost his mind on her one night and probably didn't like her because she had a little sassy mouth. I mean, we all do, but is that a reason to take somebody's life? And my friend got her life taken in a very tragic way. And that was the second friend that I've lost in a horrendous, like, tragic manner. But these people, this energy is here with me. So sometimes these messages that I'm coming are like, they're truth. And also my friend doesn't want people to hurt like her. And I think that's why she pushes me so much too in spirit to help me get these messages out. Because it's all about education, and a lot of women, especially out there, do things out of thinking they don't have another choice. Do you think prostitution started because women thought it would be fun and a good way to hook up with dudes? No. If you think that, then you really need to go open your mind up, because women especially do things out of putting themselves of, I have no choice. I want you to know there's always a choice, no matter how bleak your situation is. You may not like the other opposite choice, but it is a choice. Know that you don't ever have to be bullied into taking the obvious choice or the choice that does not sit well with your heart. I've taken many choices that doesn't sit well with another that sat well with me, and I can go to sleep just fine with the choices that I made because I made the choice, not you. Somebody really needs to hear that. Stop giving your power away. Whew. Accept what is dying. Accept what is dying. Stop bringing your past into your present. It's screwing up your future. It's blocking your abundance. If you want things to change, it can change in an instant. Manifestations can be instant or they can be years, and it doesn't matter the size of what you're manifesting. it simply matters about how high your energy is, because energy is what goes into manifestations. It's being a clear channel, and it's being high vibe. High vibe is happy, non-judgmental, not doing any of the low vibe energies. Okay. And that's where every day we have to work on that, because that's the catch-22 being a human. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, because this is like a video game. We have to figure out how to level up, because once you level up, this is my theory, is that we all have this God energy within our heart, right? Because we still don't know why our heart beats. But every day we wake up and our heart beats, and they have no idea how that energy is in our heart and it beats. But my idea is that God, and when I say God, it's not the guy with the Christians made up. It's that 4 elements: wind, water, fire, and earth. So don't get that confused. But know that when you can level up your consciousness and your vibration, which is simply being happy within and just being okay with what is, and always striving for more, but knowing that you have the power and the choice to create your own reality, that's when you ascend. And I believe that we open up that energy inside of our hearts. That's that God energy. That's when we find our twin flame, and that's when we ascend off this earthly plane, and that's when we don't have to reincarnate on this earth anymore, because we've learned our lessons. Now we're fully integrated with the love and light and the enlightenment. We're attuned to the angels and that energy, and not the darkness. And now we can go to another planet or another existence, because there's different, timelines of existence happening all around us right now. So I'm saying this because I want you guys, some human put it so much in our head that this is what it is, and you have this choice or that choice. No, there's always something out there. And if I don't like the second choice, I'll find a third choice, okay? Or I'll consult with my angelic team. But you're not going to make me only be bullied into saying yes or no. And I've hung up, that doesn't work for me, because I was a salesperson for many years, and I know that one, that talking. I've gotten people where you talk them into a circle and then all of a sudden they're buying something. Yeah, it's a sales trick. Also say no. No is a complete sentence, period. The only people that get mad at you for saying no are the people that usually have alternate intentions for you. Because if you say no, most people are going to respect that. Because personally, if I invite you somewhere and you say no, I'm not going to make you come by feeling guilty, because now you're going to ruin my time, my space, my energy, because you're there out of resentment. Say no more often. It feels good. Let me think about it. No. No. Easiest word to say, but yet, how many people don't know how to say that word? Hey, Gen X, Scott, born in 71, yes. And, yes, I've met a lot of people in 71, and that's a very fun age. So we're definitely here on the same wavelength here. And you had more of a connection to the 70s, so you almost had it even rougher than I did in the 80s, because in the 70s, the mindset was even more closed. So like my brother, he's 3 years older than me. He's like 77 or something. But just that year gap in age, totally different mindsets that we grew up in. And they were a lot rougher with him too. So journaling, that's what I've been doing to deal with my shadow issues. That is awesome. Journaling is the best way, because it gives you a direct connection to spirit. And you can actually write stuff down on a paper, put it under your pillow, and like ask your angels for a sign, and tell them. You can allocate signs to spirit. It's when you're on a spiritual journey, know that you make the rules. There's obviously a blueprint of things to do and not do in the spiritual realm, depending also what your gifts are and what part of the spiritual realm you stay on. But know that there's no right or wrong way to do it, okay? Because I'm sick of people out there saying, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. And they're not the reason, I'm the reason. But I attribute that to also the reason why I'm not further out here. Because when I started, my lesson was to be more secure in yourself and stop taking everybody's opinion as fact, because I did that and then it created imposter syndrome in me, which got me up in my head going, wow, nobody's even listening to me. Nobody cares. Why am I even out here doing this? And that was the darkness trying to get me to not come out here and spread love and light. You get it, guys? See? And because I got in my head, so I was like, I'm just not going to do it. And then I didn't get on here. And then what happened? That person who needed me to get on there, because earth angels work that way, we are wherever we need to be, we show up. That's why you're like, wow, this feels so magical. Yeah, because you were supposed to meet me at this time. You were supposed to be hearing me at this time. But if I don't take care of myself energetically and I don't create my boundaries and use my crystals, and I highly advise any of you to get a any kind of, this is the Eye of Fatima. It's a Hamza prayer you can say with it, but it's the evil eye. You need to get your protections up. However you want to do it, just having it around you, because protect your energy. Protect your energy and accept what is dying. This came out again. Accept what is dying. If God's asking you to let it go, because he's bringing something better in. And sometimes we can't get ourselves into believing there's something better coming. But how many times have you been with some douchebag, wasted all that time with them, and then you found a really awesome person? Maybe you didn't marry them, but you got to go hook up and have a really awesome time with that person. And you're like, man, why did I waste all those years being mentally abused and talked down to when I could have been having fun with and doing things like this? It's all about mindset, guys. All right. And then I have one more deck to show you. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to wrap it up here in just a moment. But I'm really blessed that you guys came on here and joined me. I'm going to wrap it up with $8, guys. This is like a $26 deck. And this is a tarot deck with aminals. I love it. The Queen of Cups. I know my best life is coming in the future. Yes. And the more that you affirm, use affirmations. That's why we use affirmations. Look at this. As I'm talking to you, the Ace of Cups just came out. And I feel like it was a little reversed there, because maybe you're worried that this isn't going to come in, but your angels, that octopus. Once you start learning about spirit animals, I love these cards. They make me so happy. And that's why I can never, I'm addicted. I'm going to have 30,000 different cards, because when you get a reading with me, the cool thing is that I know I'm a Pisces. I like pictures. So this picture just says, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I don't know, I just love these cards. So, because look, your cup's spilling over, and there's 2 swans up there. So it's also about coming together in soulmates, filling up your cup of plenty. filling your cup up with love and letting the love overflow your cup. Let's see what else we got with this message. I like to start off. So what else we got with this Ace of Cups? Because I feel like definitely it's like the what is that called? The Holy Grail. Sorry. This is the Holy Grail. So when this card shows up, this is about like something's coming in, filling up your cup, helping you get that wish fulfilled. Let's see, what else message do you have with this Ace of Cups? What do we need to know that goes with our message for Ace of Cups here for whoever this goes to? We got the Page of Swords, Eight of Cups, the Emperor, and the Ten of Pentacles. And it's in the reverse. This is the wish fulfillment card. Page of Swords is about rushing into things. Sometimes we rush into things with maybe a childlike energy. And see, the hummingbird is right here because hummingbirds are all about, and this is swords or thought. Your mind is constantly racing and you're not taking time to just sit and relax. This is about being grounded too. Because the Eight of Cups comes in next. Eight of Cups is about walking away. Walking away. And this is about cups or emotions. So this is about walking away from the drama, setting out on your own. But if you look, she's tied to two of those cups right there. Okay, she's going to choke herself. If you don't let go of this, you're not only going to spill these two cups that are going to spill all these cups, but you're also either going to break your dress right here, your collar, or you're going to choke yourself. So you got to walk away from what's not serving you anymore so you don't interrupt everything that you've already worked for. And the Emperor comes in. I love it. Little walrus guy. The Emperor comes in. Emperor is the king of the whole tarot deck, right? This is a father figure. So either, I really feel like maybe you're going to get an inheritance that could be something that's coming in, or you're going to have a father figure to come in and give you either some advice or maybe even give you a startup for, your idea, your business idea. But this is also about standing in your power and know that you rule the kingdom of your own castle. Okay, so stop giving away your power and stop rushing into things. And he does not hold on to, he's a savvy businessman. He's made it this long in life because he doesn't hold on to what's not good for him. And this is in reverse because you have to believe that also he believes his worth and he knows that his wish fulfillment is coming in. He knows that his dreams are coming true. But right now, the reason why this is reversed is because you don't have enough faith. Yes, this is a collective reading, Harmony Angel. This is, you gotta have faith in your dreams because nobody cares about your dreams like you care about your dreams. Okay, so if you want your dreams, if you want to be the king of the kingdom and you want your wish fulfillment, You need to step in your power, and you also need to not be the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is young and YOLO and just is a hothead and just rushes into everything and doesn't think about it and just does. Don't be the Page of Swords. Be the Emperor, okay? Somebody needs to know that you're growing up. And it's not just about being an adult. It's about just the older you get, it's more about, it's not age, it's about power. Stand in your power. Start learning to say no. And the Knight of Swords is coming in too. With the Eight of Swords. Because there's a lot of mental energy right here. Okay, there's a lot of, and this Knight of Swords is kind of a hothead too, except he's not young. Okay, so there's a lot of mental energy that you're fighting almost yourself. Or you're being a little pop off at the mouth and fighting with everyone around you. Okay, because you want your wish fulfillment, but instead of working for it, you're allowing all the negativity to tie you, which is screwing you up because now you're just, your cups are going to be poured over. So you came out with nothing. And this Eight of Swords is confirmation right here. That blindfold, okay? You're putting your own blindfold on. Take that blindfold off. Know that even though there are things that you're tied to, you can cut these cords at any time. Okay, but you got to release yourself from this mental prison. See those swords that are around her? She's tied up, but ultimately she can walk. She's not stuck in those swords. Find a way to unbind yourself is what I'm hearing. May I have a card, please? Yes, you may, Tanya, excuse me. I don't know. It can be both, I guess. And I'm just going to wrap this message up real quick, is that Eight of Pentacles is your advice here. If you resonated with what I just said, and Queen of Cups, work on what makes you victorious. Focus on that. Focus on what you can control in this moment. Ask that rest, to let the rest go, and ask your angels to help you with that, okay? Because they can help you, but you focus on what you know how to do. And everything, if you're working with the angels, it'll eventually pan out, because they're saying if you work on what makes you fulfilled, whether it's a side business, somebody, maybe even a seamstress, maybe a sewer, maybe you make, I feel like maybe you create even fashion, you could make some kind of clothing, or you're some kind of creator, maker out there. Do that, because see those pinnacles right there? That's your money. You're going to get a stream of income, and you're going to look how happy this otter is. He's doing what makes him happy. Okay, so do what makes you happy, and that's what's going to make you the most money. Stop rushing into things or being tied to negative things. Say screw that and try to do something that makes you happy. Hey, what's the worst that could happen? You've already been through the worst. Remind yourself of that. You've already been through the worst, so hey, let's try it a different way. If I went left last time, I'm going to go right. Well, what could it hurt? It's almost like Groundhog's Day. At some point, you're like, well, eventually this is never going to end unless I do it a different way, because the movie never ends until he starts changing his attitude, right? With Bill Murray, Groundhog's Day. So this is about being Queen of Cups is, when this is reversed, this is about you're erratic, you're emotionally unstable, you're spewing all over the place, but she's not. She's grounded. She's the queen. She uses her intuition. She responds. She doesn't react. And her guy is the king of cups, because cups are about emotion. Okay, so, and you can see her cups red because it's about being grounded in your emotions. And just like I said at the beginning of this, it's about Well, she's got a blue dress on because it's about speaking your truth, but present your stuff with facts. Don't go in a conversation all willy-nilly, not prepared. The way that you don't get emotional during a conversation is that you practice the conversation first of all, and then you also put facts into that conversation. Okay, because that's how you shut someone down who's hating on you. Present me with facts, because I guarantee you if you're lying, we will go back and forth and I will reveal you, because I speak the truth and the truth always wins. The truth will set you free. And she's sitting in a yellow chair because she's also sitting not only in her truth, but her courage. Somebody needs to clear out their throat chakra. Speak your truth. And this is definitely a Pisces. Definitely a Pisces that needs to hear that, and a Cancer. Starfish are also significant for you because that's about regeneration and growth. Regenerate and grow from the past. So I do collectibles, not rush. I will stand in my power. Awesome. And let's see, Tanya, let's see what message the angels have for you. Well, they have two messages. One is the Chariot. The second one is Six of Pentacles. This is very interesting because it's almost like I'm picking up don't rush into love, because Six of Pentacles is about familiar people. Right now you're being presented, and a lot of us are being presented with choices. You're being you're being presented of choices. And do you want to share with the needy? Not the needy. Because this is about like giving to the needy, but you don't got to feed everyone. Okay, it's not your job to share with everyone. But this is about like six is about a number of relationships. That's what got in here too. So some people are pecking you dry though, like they're just eating up all your food and they're not grateful. And this could be with a Cancer energy here. Go for what makes you victorious. And the yin and yang, the two cats. Cats are tied in with witches ultimately, like pagan and stuff like that. More mystics. And black cats are about shape-shifting. White cat is more, this is about duality, like the light and the dark, basically. Number 7 is a number of faith too. So let me know how this resonates with you. I feel like you need to share with people, but you need to focus on you, and you need to you need to stay balanced and prepare for yourself, but don't feel the need to give to everyone. Like everybody's got their hand out, I feel like, and you're like the mama rooster. I don't know why I'm hearing mama rooster. But you're coming to a completion. There's a completion of a cycle happening for you. Number 10 is also, when you see 1010, that is confirmation that an ending is happening, but a new beginning will happen too. Yeah, you got that snake, and I'm hearing moral compass. Moral compass. So you can see the snake right here by her. It's going to bite her. It's time to stand in your truth and not let the snakes rob you of your goodness and your love and light. But because they're robbing you of your generosity. So now it's time for you to stand in your power and do what's best for you. Hold on a second. And Wheel of Fortune is all about karmic cycles ending too. So this could be a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. I had to remember the zodiac signs. But ultimately, this is an end of a karmic cycle. And this also represents it's Capricorn. There's a couple different energies here, but Capricorn too, and it goes with the planet Jupiter, which has 12-year cycles. So 12 is also a number of endings and beginnings. So it's important for you to stay balanced. Don't be swayed into the darkness one way or the other, because the Five of Pentacles is coming out. You're kind of in this energy of maybe you don't feel worthy, but the angels want you to know that you have the keys to the kingdom, but you have to open that door and feel worthy that they put that there for you. You don't have to stand in this abandonment energy anymore. The people in your past weren't there for you, but in this new cycle that's coming up, because that cycle's ending. So you're about to get some new soul tribe people. So it's really important for you to raise your vibe, and 5's the number of change. So sometimes you're going to have to push yourself depending on how sad you are at this moment. But know that if you can tell yourself, hey, awareness is key. Tell yourself, I can do this. Things will get better. And just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen in my future. It just means it didn't work out in the past because it wasn't divine timing, not because I did anything. So I don't feel worthy. Yes, I fully feel that too, my friend. And I'm going to give you a message real quick from the angels. About to wrap this up. So let's see. Here's two things that the angels would like you to do today. This is reversed because you are stressing too much, my friend. All those things that those mean people said to you were lies. Okay, you are worthy enough of love, and it's time to take time to rest and recharge your batteries. Do something today that makes you feel good, whether it's watching a funny movie, eating your favorite chips. Do something that feeds your inner child, putting on a fun headband that just makes you feel cute. Do a TikTok. Do something that makes you feel happy, because that's when you start feeling better. When I take time and stop burning the candle at both ends, I'm a lot more balanced and feel a lot better. But there's some people you need to remove from your energy, and that's why you feel so stuck and feel like this, because they're not nurturing goodness in you, basically. And also they want you to know this: learning new skills. It's very important to know education is the most powerful personal resource you can use to change your life and the world. So if you have thoughts of, I need to learn how to knit, I need to learn Reiki, I need to learn art, whatever you're coming, even if I need to learn how to load the dishwasher, I need to learn how to use a can opener correctly, because 95% of Americans don't use a can opener correctly. Go check out the videos on YouTube. We all do it this way. It's actually, if you do it that way, it makes it where it doesn't slice open and have that sharp edge. So learning how to do something different every day, wake up, and coming out of a trauma response, learning something new every day will actually help you start opening up to that. So start out with something small and then try it for a week. Or every day do something new. Go to a new restaurant. Go to a library. Go hang out somewhere you wouldn't normally hang out. Go be around people even if they're not in your soul tribe. Go explore the world, and that's when you'll start feeling worthy, because then you're like, man, you start seeing the suffering out there and you're like, I can, and then you like want to, when you know that you can be effective because you learn these new skills, that's when you start feeling better. When you start taking care of yourself and you start validating yourself of being smart, even telling yourself, I'm smart. I learned how to do something today. I know how to fix a radiator if it's overheating. I know how to fix a car if it's overheating. There's certain things that you're not giving yourself validation for doing. So give yourself more credit today. Give yourself more credit and learn things. You don't have to go to school to be smart. You can go to YouTube. And as long as they're factual things you're learning, even if they're not factual things, if it's something you can create entertainment out of, get paid for it. Be creative. I know I have to get rid of someone who is keeping me down. I have been trying new things lately. Yes, and toxic, trauma-bonded relationships, just your attachment to that person is what keeps you stuck. So in the end, you have to make a choice. Do I want to keep feeling stuck, or do I want to actually move forward? Because I love you, but I can't, my sanity can't handle being stuck. It can't. I'm claustrophobic. So I hope that helps you, my friend. Keep up the good work, fellow Rainbow Warrior. Much love. Thank you, Nebula. Should I send an important message at 333 today, or should I forget about it? Well, let's see, Scott, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I'm about to get off here. But y'all can book a personal reading with me if you click on the link in my bio. And you can send me a message. And if you were on here today, I'll do them for 1212. I normally do them for 64. I've been doing them for 44, but when I go on live, I do them for you guys for 1212. So let's see. Should I send an important message today? Angels are saying perfect timing. And 333 means the Ascended Masters are with you, protecting you. So one time I was at the DMV and I was registering my boyfriend's card. I was just supposed to get the sticker, but I got the DMV worker that hated her life. And I forgot something, and the fact that I was there all by myself and I didn't have him there, that's an even worse situation. But I saw 333 on the clock, and guess what? Angels made it happen, and I had to get grounded, and I had to deal with her and not react because she really tried to get me to blow my fuse. And you know what? The Ascended Masters were there, and they made it a good outcome, and I walked out with my sticker. So ask your angels to help you. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for the words. I needed to hear it all. You're so welcome. And if you want, I do intuitive coaching, and I teach people how to do shadow work because that's what I taught. I'm self-taught. I learned how to do this so I can help others because I want to help teach people, because it's not me fixing you. You can fix yourself, but you got to have enough confidence and support. That's what I provide. Because mine's all about a co-creative process, because I don't know everything about you. You are the master of you. I am the master of me. We can come together, share our ideas, and make masterful stuff together. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Come check this out on my YouTube channel later if you missed it. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful day. And go have fun today. Feed your inner child. It is Sunday fun day, okay? Go out and have some fun. And don't let the negative shadows of yesterday get you down, because they're not going to be around forever. Love and light, beautiful souls.